All right, here we go. I got FSD 12.5.1 today, and we're going to go back downtown to the Las Vegas Strip and test it out and see if we can have another flawless drive. We're going to head down to the Sphere first, and then down to Mandalay Bay, and then back to this side of town. So let's see how it does. This is my first time driving with 12.5.1, so this will be my first impressions. The last time I did this with version 12.5, it was 0 disengagements, 0 interventions, and I didn't have to touch the wheel at all for the hour-and-a-half drive. Okay, it was clear here. We had plenty of time to make this left turn. But there is a car coming from the left that it delayed itself on. Okay, so now we've got cars coming from the right and left. We need to wait. It's not creeping forward, so it's giving me confidence it's going to wait, and then we should. It looks like we're going to wait for this last car. This is good. This is the most traffic I've seen here in a while. Okay, we've got one more car coming to make a left turn, and then it's clear. Perfect. I've heard some people say that there were some regressions on 12.5.1, so we'll see if we notice any of those. They said it's more assertive in certain situations. I haven't seen that yet, so we'll kind of base everything based on what we see here tonight. Got a flashing crosswalk here with someone on a bike. It slowed down for them. Okay, we've got a left turn here. We got a green arrow. We'll see. Oh, looks like we're gonna have to wait. Okay, now we have a flashing yellow, so we can yield to any gaps in the forward-facing traffic. And there was a gap there where it got motivated to pull up forward, but there's still too many cars coming. You can go after this car. Perfect. Just how I would have done that. The speeds for this seem really good so far. I'm on a 35 going 39. This is pretty much the flow of traffic speed for any of these roads. This is a big wide road. Okay, this car either needs to turn right or it needs to get ahead of us. This is, I saw this last time. I don't think it'll cause a disengagement, but this right lane ends, so this is just poor lane planning right now. But we'll have plenty of time to get back over to the left. Okay, we've got a right turn here. We can squeeze by. Let's see if the car squeezes by. It should be able to. Didn't look like it was going to attempt that, but we got the green light fairly quick. Yeah, I would have liked to see that car squeeze by right there. That would have been a lot better. There's plenty of room for it to fit. Definitely not a necessary maneuver, though. We could have waited. I think the last time we were on this road, there was a road closure up ahead. So I hope that's still there. We can see how we handle it maybe without a lead car. Switching lanes to pass that vehicle. We're going with the speed of traffic here. Okay, it looks like we still have this road closure up ahead. We're already in the left lane, so we're staged well to handle this, and we have a lead vehicle in front of us, so we probably will just follow them to the left like last time. Although, yeah, let's see. Actually, last time, if you go back and watch that first video, you'll be able to see that the navigation actually had us going straight through this intersection. And now you can see it has us turning left. So it looks like this road closure has made its way into the map data here now, which is good. I'm not sure if that's from my drive or if it is just naturally from outside sources. And we've got the green arrow, so we can just proceed. Okay. So that hit the brakes really hard there. Looks like we're gonna cut ahead up here. I'm gonna let the car do what it's gonna do. This is one of those situations where do you block the intersection or do you continue on and zipper merge appropriately? I kind of agree with what the car did here. Otherwise, you create a situation where everybody's in that right lane and you can only put half the cars in this area, and you're just going to block intersections. You're going to create all this chaos back there. So I still haven't had to do anything. No disengagements, no interventions. I haven't had to touch the wheel yet. But I wouldn't give that a great score for how it handled that intersection. It did kind of hit the brakes hard on us in the middle of that intersection as it was trying to decide if it wanted to get in that left lane or stay to the right. I don't mind that it hesitated. I think it probably should have until it had a clear idea if it needed to stay in that right lane or if it could continue on. It just really hit the brakes hard there for that scenario. Okay, there's our first disengagement. The car was going to try to go through that red light, attempting to proceed through a red light. This is a large intersection that would have been really tight. We probably would have been three quarters of that intersection would have been driving through a red. I'm continuing with my testing of the average profile, driving profile setting. All right, we've entered the freeway, but we're still on auto max. So I'm not seeing it switch over into the highway stack yet, which is really interesting. This is the first I've seen this. There it goes. So now you can see the max speed switched over to 72. Okay, we're changing lanes to stay out of the rightmost lane. I'm curious if we'll see all these same messages when the version of 12.5 comes out that has the end-to-end highway stack. I don't know if those are how much those are tied into the heuristic code versus end-to-end. So yeah, it'll be very interesting to see if we still see those alerts. It's really wanting to take advantage of getting us past slower vehicles right at the last minute here. We were coming up on the 1 mile marker and it got us all the way into the left lane just to pass one car. Then we need to move back over. It's handling all these merges just fine, but it's a little bit too anxious with the lane changes. I'm not going to critique it too much. This is still the old highway stack, but these are this is behavior I really like to see improved with once we come over to the end-to-end highway stack. Be nice to see it stage a little bit better, not really get too risky with the merging. Okay, we're back on FSD 12.5.1 now. Alright, we're coming up on the sphere now. We're going to have a lot of traffic here. So we're slowing down. We've got cars turning right here. Got some pedestrians we need to be cautious about on the sidewalks here. Okay, this is good. We're staying in the right lane. As we pass this street light, I believe the right lane ends and we have to merge into the middle lane. So this will be a good test to see how well it accomplishes this. Alright, looks like there's no one really on our left. Oh, we've got a cab coming up pretty quick now, actually. So, let's see. Yeah, we should be fine to merge over now. Did a good job there. All right. In that trip, take me to Mandalay Bay. Okay. The car stopped for this cross guard here. I'm gonna keep my foot over the brake, but I haven't had to do anything yet. They're letting cars out. And the car is watching for this guy perfectly. Looks like we had an event here at the Sphere that's ending and wrapping up. Okay, so the car proceeds as soon as it's clear. Oh, it slowed down and it's waving forward. So I tapped it there. That's an intervention. But I don't blame the car for stopping. That guy kind of like walked out into the street there instead of getting out of the way for us to proceed. I'll probably skip through a lot of this right here. We've got a lot of gridlock because of an event that's happening here. But if anything interesting happens, I will definitely show you that. There's people honking as if that will make us move. As if we were waiting for somebody to honk at us to go. Okay, this is a good scenario here. We're turning right here, but we've got a van that's pulling in ahead of us. This guy's telling him, nope, you gotta go that way. That's good. Okay. I'm gonna keep my foot near the brake. We need to stay here stopped and not go around. Okay, they're waving us through now. It stopped again, so I'm tapping on the accelerator. It's a scenario where these guys are they're getting into the lane, swinging their arms around, and I don't blame the car for wanting to stop. Okay, we've got a stop sign here we're gonna stop at. I don't think any other human would stop there. I'm gonna let the car do its thing here, just because the guy's being rude. Okay, we're proceeding now. And we will need to move up and merge to the left here, I believe. Oh, it looks like we'll be going right, actually. So it's a little bit of a new route. Last time I believe it had us go left here. So we'll see how we do this. Okay, we had pedestrians there, but they were not showing any intent to enter the crosswalk. So we correctly went through that crosswalk. I feel like the car's choosing a really good speed here for handling all these cars that are merging. Okay, we've got a green light. We can just roll this. Okay, we've got a green light with a yield on this right, so we should just roll it. That was perfect. Okay, it handled that really well. Getting around the cones of that closed lane and then getting over here into the, I would say, the correct turn lane. Because we're going to have a right turn coming up soon, I believe. Okay, we've got a car merging in here. There's plenty of room, and it's slowing down to give him room. Initially just kind of kept the same gap, which there was plenty of room for them to get in, and eventually started slowing down. Okay, we've got a left turn coming up, so we need a perfect merging over to the left. Actually, I think it's this, we're going straight through this light, but it hooks left. I don't think we want that blinker on. Yeah, it started to put the left turn signal on, but we need to go straight through here according to the navigation. Once we get through this light, I'll put in another destination for us. Oops, and take me to the Bellagio. All right. So we got in the left turn lane here, but we need to go straight. And you can't do a U-turn here. So I might need to take over. This is a bit of a routing issue. I kind of routed at the last minute. So I'm going to go ahead and take over and get us into the straight lane. This is how the navigation has us routed. So I'm kind of surprised that it didn't, it was all clear to make that maneuver. I'm surprised it didn't do that on its own. So that's the second disengagement we have so far. This one's due to changing routing right near a destination. So definitely doesn't need to happen, but it's understandable that it is happening. Okay, we kind of sped through that so that we could pass everybody and get over into the right. I think that was perfect. I think it did a really good job there. Okay, we're turning right on this red. It caught that speed bump really well. It did a great job there. See if it catches this one. Wow. Yeah, it's perfect. I really like the speed on these speed bumps being 5. I don't like that it's accelerating so much in between them. It could probably, because it's boom, slamming on the brakes there. So it's recognizing every speed bump perfectly and slowing down like slowing down for each one, but it's not handling it perfectly. It could definitely smooth out that transition in between each speed bump. Okay, let's see how it's routing this here. Okay, perfect. It's telling me to pay attention to the road. It's very strict on the driver monitoring. Okay, we're kind of in the middle of 2 lanes here. So it needs to, let's see if it moves over a little bit here. Okay, perfect. We're getting over into the lane now. All right, handled these intersections really well so far. We've got pedestrians crossing here we'll need to wait for. And it handled that really well. It asserted itself out there where you could see everybody was trying to pull out into us. It handled that really well. It was our turn. We had the right of way. It did not get us stuck. We got speed bumps that were handled at the perfect speed. Another speed hump right here. Perfect. perfect speed for those. Okay, we've got pedestrians you need to watch out for. And now it's clear. That was perfect. And then we've got a protected left. Just need to watch out for pedestrians. Going a little bit slow through that left, but it handled it really smoothly and with confidence. So I don't hate the speed. Okay, we'll go through this light up here and I'll end this trip, and then maybe we'll head down to Fremont and just see how we can handle all the quirkiness of the strip traffic. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end this trip. We'll continue straight through this light, and then I'll give us another destination. Curious if it'll take us all the way down the strip or side roads or the freeway. But let's find out. Take me to the Fremont Street experience. Let's see, it's gonna put us on the highway. Let's see if we can get an alternate. I'll at least do an alternate route there. It looks like we'll hop on the freeway for a split second and then get back onto the strip. It would be nice if we could just continue on this road, but we'll see. We'll see how well it does. It did a really good job staging this lane here. I'm glad it did that instead of waiting. All right, we've got a yield here. It's clear, so it really confidently rolled through that yield as soon as we saw it was clear. I'm really liking that these 12.5 builds are preferring the outer turn lanes. I really, it's easier trajectory. I feel like it's yeah. I just really prefer that it does that. Obviously, if you have a immediate left turn right after, it would be beneficial to be in that lane. Or if one lane is just crazy long and the other one's empty, it's beneficial. But Outside of that, I really love that it's preferring the outer turn lanes. That's really nice. Okay, I handled that transition to keep going straight on Vegas Boulevard. That was really good. All right, well, we're getting close to our destination up here. I think I might switch it over to another. I'm running out of space for this video, so I've got about 12 minutes left, and I want to get us to a final destination where we can park. Let me see. Take me to 11th Street Records. So it adjusted real quick for that. I kind of wish it would have went to an extra street down the road, but it handled it. There were no cars in the right lane. Okay, so it's creeping here because of cars parked on the road. Trying to make sure we can get visibility. It handled that really well. It should slow down for these dips, and it's doing that. That was really smooth. Okay, creeping for visibility, and it's clear. Okay, here we are. Let's see how it ends here. And it's pulling into their parking lot. Looks like it was about to. And then stopped here in the lane. So I'll go ahead and take over. But that was a good drop off there in front of the store. And I guess we will call it there. Did a really good job on the strip so far. This was not flawless though. We did have 2 disengagements and 2 interventions. The first disengagement was before we got to the strip. We were about to enter a really stale yellow light in a large intersection, so I went ahead and tapped the brakes. So that was our first disengagement. And then our 2 interventions were when we were at the Sphere. We had traffic guards that the car behaved really well for, but they were really animated, and when they wanted us to proceed, jumped out towards us, waving their arms really fast. So I think that really tripped up the car, made it want to stop. There was a ton of traffic. If it wasn't so much traffic, I would have waited to see what would happen. Give it maybe two seconds there. But instead, I just went ahead and just pressed the accelerator, pushed us through for 2 of those. And then the only other issue was a disengagement at the Mandalay Bay. I changed the route right as we were entering the Mandalay Bay, and it kind of confused it. And so even though it had us proceeding straight, it put us in the left turn lane and wasn't getting us out of there, and that was going to get us stuck in the valet area. So I just went ahead and disengaged there. Not really the car's fault too much. It was kind of on me, but overall, still going to be honest about everything. There were 2 disengagements and 2 interventions. So anyways, really impressed. This is an hour and a half of driving. That's all I had to do were those 2 things, or those 4 things. And everything else was really smooth. Handled everywhere I needed to go. Handled lane staging, everything really well. So I'm very impressed with version 12.5.1. And I'll continue to test this. Maybe we'll come back out and do another test during the daytime this weekend, or maybe another night run with a bunch of different crazy destinations down here. We'll see if we can trip it up again. But thanks for watching.